Hey guys, Elite Equity here, and today it's a monumental day. Why? Bitcoin. Just one word. Look, it's a finite supply, right? Our money has no value. Let's be honest, it's not backed by literally nothing. It lost 99% of its value since its inception. We used to be backed by gold, but gold is not as easily as transferable as Bitcoin, right? It's a cross-borderless payment. It can go all over the world. 21 million coins. It's finite. It's literally a mathematical computation, and that's how the blocks are and the rewards are given. And there's so much things going for it. Like, I was trying to find weaknesses of Bitcoin. Yes, it's a bit slow, but it's still faster than, let's say, the dollar or gold or whatnot. I was thinking like, hey, can the code, for example, be broken and changed? And like somehow Satoshi comes out and like 21 million coins are now into the pool, like more than 21 million. They make it 25 million coins. Somehow the code is changed, right, from 21 to 25. Can they do that? No, right? The issue with that is the way it works is all the Bitcoin miners, right? They actually control the code. So when there's a code change, let's say it's 21 million, they want to make it 25, you would need every single miner in existence to agree with that change, right? And no one will, right? That it just doesn't work like that unless they freaking conglomerate. It's like the chances of that is so minimal, right? You're not gonna all just conglomerate into one big company and like freaking be like, hey, let's all change the code to 25. No, it's a finite cap. Why would miners even want? They're not even incentivized to do that, right? Like, if you make it finite, Bitcoin prices go up, basic supply and demand, and guess what? They make more money because they mine Bitcoin, they can sell it, blah blah blah, right? The only issue that I really see with Bitcoin is, I guess the story of like Bitcoin was supposed to be, as they say, decentralized, right? It was supposed to be for the people. Banks are not supposed to get involved. You're supposed to, hold on to your money and you'll do really fine. But then I'm starting to realize, hey, like, but then again, the same Bitcoiners are applauding that, BlackRock got in, there's ETF approved. Yeah, but what's going on in the ETF, right? My main concern is the custody of Bitcoin. Is it one-to-one with fiat money, with dollars? Is it one-to-one value? What will happen when there's a large outflow of the ETF, right? Like how let's say it's at 80,000 Bitcoin, everyone wants to sell, and it goes from 80 to 40, because, Bitcoin does that. It goes by, it's such a volatile asset because it's still not, super regulated. Yeah, yes, they're ETF, but there still needs to be more regulation so institutions can get in. And, there is a mass adoption happening. I still do believe in it, but I want to see how the custody of all these ETFs work. When there's a large outflow, what's going to happen, right? Well, are they just going to sell the Bitcoin, and what's going to happen? Also, like, things like, what? Does BlackRock just have all our, in one wallet, just have, I don't know, 1 million Bitcoin that they already bought, and that's how they buy and trade? And will sell it, like, how is that working, and what average price did they buy it at, and at the Bitcoin, at those 1 million Bitcoins, because it was different price points. Was it in the last bull cycle when it was at 60K and 30K? Like, who the heck knows? So the custody is very important. That's one weakness to Bitcoin, the ETFs, as they say. But I still do think, as long as, since Bitcoin's so finite and just supply and demand, and it works so well as like a digital gold, a commodity. And I can see institutions putting their money into it, as like Fidelity now has 1% exposure to their conservative fund. And then the FASB accounting standards, right? That's what held back a lot of companies for allocating their money into Bitcoin, putting 1% allocation into Bitcoin. And sorry, I was just checking if it's recording. They're checking if so the FASB accounting standards, right? So it has changed recently. In the last year, it has changed. Now it's fair value accounting. So a lot of these companies can now finally allocate some capital into Bitcoin and keep it on their balance sheet. They weren't allowed to do that before, because we can get into that topic, but if you search it up, FASB standards for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, you'll see it was like a big ruling last year. And it's just surprising just before the ETFs came out. So it does show there's mass adoption happening. I believe it's the securitization of a new asset class. Crypto will be a new asset class, like how stocks are, bonds, and so many other real estate, whatever. Like, this is going to be the next sector. that's up and coming, and it's only 1.8 trillion in total market cap. I think like Nvidia's market cap, just one singular stock, is just as big as the whole market cap of crypto, which is insane to me. So when you think like that, crypto is fairly, new, developing, and it can really take off 10, 20, 30 trillion dollar market cap. So any crypto you really buy is probably going to go up, but my safest bets are Bitcoin. I like to look at, their market cap, their fully diluted market cap is close, and they have a fixed supply that cannot be increased. So I think Bitcoin is a clear winner. Another weakness, the only other weakness I really find, is the energy consumption of it. Elon Musk talks about it, and very other leaders talk about the energy consumption, which I do believe that's a big issue, because it does waste a lot of energy in our system, in the American economy. It does waste a lot of energy, and is it right that we're allocating this to Bitcoin or not? So I believe it's still, I think Bitcoin's a clear-cut answer. There's a few weaknesses like the custody of it, the energy usage, and other things, but there's so much going for it. I think mass adoption is happening as we speak. And when there is a bubble, right, when there was a tech bubble crisis in the 2000s, guess what? All the tech stocks did go, insanely exponentially up, but then it crashed. But guess what? Those same tech stocks, if you look at it today, it's actually one of the best performing assets of all time. Those stocks of all time. Same thing with Bitcoin. I think 2017 was when it had the 2000s moment, and now it's going to emerge as one of the best, returns for your money possible. So I really think crypto is here to stay, especially Bitcoin, Ethereum, even Solana. Solana is really fast. I love their transactions, super fast. I think those three, even though those outage or whatnot, but it's already rebounded in price. I think those three are here to stay, but I think Bitcoin's a clear-cut winner. Right now it is, what's today's date? It's February 7th, I believe. And February 7th or 8th, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on Bitcoin, cryptocurrency as a whole, and where it's going. And having soon, it's in April. That's basic supply and demand. Bitcoin mining reward blocks are going to be cut in half from 6 Bitcoins a block to 3. And if there's demand and supply is limited, what happens next? Price increases. Liquidity is changing, right? If there's rate cuts coming in the second half of the year, which they have to do, or the next year, before there's more bank insolvencies, bankruptcies, and going on, like regional banks with commercial real estate loans. There's a big liquidity change happening, which is going to support the narrative of Bitcoin and crypto going up. So Bitcoin's the answer, guys. Just remember this. It's at like 45,000, I believe. Obviously, it's a hefty amount, almost near all-time highs. Not too far off from it. But what's the difference of you investing, let's say $10,000 you have to invest at 45K, when you think it's going to go to, let's say, per se, the ascertained number of 100K, right? You still double your money right there. Almost 1.5 times your money right there. Double your money if it goes to 100K. So you can make 10K for literally doing nothing, and you hold on to the value of your money, or you can sell half, keep the rest half until it goes to $500,000 or more, as institutions dump 1% of their allocation into it and they realize the value of Bitcoin. So I really do believe in it. Good luck. This is not financial advice. And why trust me? I guess the credibility that I have is I work for Bank of America. I'm also a licensed real estate agent, and I'm just very invested into this. I'm young, so I have the hunger to learn. Whether I look through the Bitcoin white paper or the Bitcoin standard book or things of that, looking into the coding of Bitcoin. Like, I just have an insatiable hunger to learn. I'm ambitious, and especially when you're young and you have not, crazy amounts of money. I have okay money where I can, have a house, everything like that, and I'm doing well for myself at my age. The credibility I have is when you're young and you don't have too much money, you actually you'll do by any means necessary to make money, and you'll learn as much as you want. But as opposed to someone that's older and very financially set, they're not going to have that hunger to learn and make as much money. They just want small returns, preserve their wealth. And I'm telling you, Bitcoin has one of the best risk to rewards I've ever seen. Good luck. Not financial advice once again at all. And Elite Equity out. Thanks.